Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Resellers Mentorship with Daily Refinement. This is day number 14. Today, we're going to be talking about how to price items effectively so that they sell quickly. And yes, let's all let me know next week when you would like to go. And we'll have time to do 6, 7, 8 people per call. So you could go more than once next week. I want to show next week, not on YouTube. We're going to be going over everyone's process. I will be listing too. Maybe I'll use Christine's account. I just got to make sure she's not suspended. So maybe I'll use her for her, make sure it's on her hotspot or something. So I want to do start to finish photography listing. If you want to show your prep area, I'm okay with that too, because that's important. How do you prep items, photograph, list, put those away? And then the questions for tomorrow for the business policy one, I'm sorry, for the business model call tomorrow is how many listings do you want to do each day? How much profit per item? How many hours do you want to work? That's really important because based on how much time you have will be how we structure what you do during those hours. And then how long do you want to wait for things to sell? I need all the information for tomorrow's model call. Okay, here we go. So today's call is going to be about pricing items. Men's polo, Ralph Lauren, jeans, Varick size 22 is what Amber wants to look up. So one quick note before I go in my category, my defect rate was like 3 per, it was like, now, I mean, I haven't sold on eBay for a couple months now, so this has gone down, but I have been in this green section all year, way below my peers. And I think this is really cool. I didn't have very many, 3 returns per 1,774, not including the last 2 months. Like the defect rate, keeping that low really helps your sell-through stay high. So if you're in the average high or very high, your sell-through rate's not going to be as good as if you're down here, because it's showing eBay that you don't make very many mistakes. Okay, let's look at this. Oops, that's not the, let me get the chat real quick. Hold on. Okay. So what you can do is, this is the what we're looking for. Men's polo, Ralph Lauren jeans, Varick size 42. So if I'm starting all the way from the beginning and I'm trying to become an expert, I would go Ralph Lauren. And this is size 42. So is this men's or women's? Go ahead, or Amber, you're muted, I think.
It's men's.
Okay, so let's start all the way broad. Ralph Lauren, men's clothing. So I can see there's 380,000 things for sale for Ralph Lauren in the men's category. Let's go down here and click on sold. So 110,000 sold. So awesome. 33,000 Ralph Lauren men's items sell per month. That's amazing. You can make a full-time living selling Ralph Lauren just in the men's section. No problem. Okay, so now we're going to back up for a moment and look at jeans. Okay, because I'm trying to learn and become an expert. So there's 20,000 Ralph Lauren jeans. Now I can already see, like, why is this Levi's popping up? Because somebody paid promoted listings for this to show up here, and this probably has a lot of sales. I would guess that this person is paying a very high promoted listings rate because they're being recommended even in a Ralph Lauren jeans search. But I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on the brand Ralph Lauren and also polo Ralph Lauren, because you put that in what you wanted me to look up. So let's look up 2 brands. Polo Ralph Lauren, Ralph Lauren, and why not? Let's go polo, just polo the brand. 165 people did that. So won't go into too much detail of why that's important, because that's our secret sauce. But this is, there's now 17,000 Ralph Lauren jeans to give us an idea of the overall market. Down here, this is going to give us an idea of how to price it already. So this is how people are currently pricing the item. The majority of them are, let's see. Looks like the almost like a big majority of them are right under $30 is where people are actually pricing the items. You can see here, I'm going to apply this. So there's 17,000 jeans for sale. I'm just curious how many of those are under $30. 8,200. So like half of the items are under $30. And I would guess that the over $30 items don't really sell. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, since it's a bigger size, if you would, search sizes and see what they're selling for, or
yeah, that's a great point. We will, but right now we're trying to start broad. So we're here, right? And this is obviously taking a long time. You wouldn't normally spend this much time because I can give you some shortcuts in just a second. So Ralph Lauren jeans, half are under $30, half are over $30. That's what people are listing it at, which is different than what they sell for. So let's come down here and click on sold. So 7,400 sold. And so that's 2,500 sell out of 17,000. So that's like 10, 12, 15% sell through rate per month. So these don't sell fast. Right off the bat, you can tell Ralph Lauren jeans in general are not like insanely fast, but let's narrow this down a bit and look at the see all. So let's see. I'm just going to do this example 30. I want to see of the 7,400, how many of them sold for under 30? 4,500. So like
Chris, are you there?
Chris has left the building.
You beat me to
Yeah.
it on my lips.
There he is. You're muted, homie.
I think he's like still not fully connected.
okay, is it better now?
There you go.
There you go.
Hold on a second. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So back to the grind. So we have here 4,500 items sold, but you can see here there's a mix of pants, jeans, shorts. So this is the point I'm trying to make is that most people enter in the information incorrectly on eBay. So it's kind of difficult to do comp research because so much of the information that we have is wrong. So I like to look at it from a larger perspective, but let's go back to your original search of size 42, Varick, because this is going to give you a very specific subset. So there's only 8 sold, right? Let's see how many are available. Awesome. So there's 5 available. Wow. Why is this so difficult for me this morning? Okay, 43 available. $53 sold. Wow, very good. So This is something you would pick up because anytime, if you're a beginner, you should only buy things that have a higher sold number than listed number. Because then you don't get stuck with inventory that won't sell. So according to this, if you divide this by 3, that's like 17. So 17 sell per month, and there's only 43 available. So you could guess this is going to take you 2.5 months to sell on the high end, depending on your pricing. But you can see here, some of the people are asking like a really high amount. So let's look at Amber. Are yours new or used?
They're used.
Used. Okay, so let's narrow down. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave both of them. So let's look at solds. Wow. Let's see. So we're looking here. What do you guys think? I know what I would price these at, but let's hear what you guys think. What would you price it at? It's kind of hard to tell because they're all different washes. These are dress pants.
What did
I
you get them
usually-
for, Amber?
$9. But I usually just price mine on the higher end and then put best offer. But I don't know. It seems to sit longer, so I don't know if I should just lower the price and do like a medium price. That way it sells quicker.
Chris, can you sort by highest to lowest by price?
Yep.
I want to see how many are actually above 100. Not many.
Oh, real quick. Why do you think one sell for over 100?
Because they look cool. It's the cool
Style.
stuff.
Yeah, it's style and also the 2 are new. 3 are new.
I'd price them at 99. And then, or let me see, hold on a minute. No, I'd go like 89, 98.
It depends on the pattern. And are they new? Are they pre-owned?
They're pre-owned. They have a little bit of distress in. They're like a grayish color.
So let's go used. There's 17 used.
And shipping too. What do you charge for shipping?
I usually do. I just switched to $8.99.
Okay.
And I put it in a flatted pat rate or the
Yeah.
flat rate.
So you got to bake that into the cost.
So
What
on
the price?
used, see, there's only 17 available on the used. What do you guys think?
What are the listed ones? Those are the solds. What are the listed prices?
These are sold.
I was gonna say $30.
30 bucks plus shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you
Yeah,
guys
looking at that now, I would say more like I would probably with the shipping included a total of 50, so like a 42, and then accept an offer at like 35 instantly, like an auto accept.
So Amber, what do you tell us about the jeans? Are they distressed a little bit?
They're distressed. They're like a gray jean with a little bit of distress in. I mean, I can show you if you need to
No,
see
it's
it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I do 39 best offer.
Man, really? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna
so
offer 35 and then
I think I would
This
do
may
that.
sound surprising, but I would price those at $19.99 or $17.99 plus shipping. Because they're not rare. There's nothing, and I want to sell these immediately. You could wait and do $29.99 or $39.99, but you're gonna have your sell-through rate is gonna be really slow. But let's go with, I want to see what people are offering. Because it's not, if it was a distressed pair like this, I might go 99 or 79 and wait. But a one that's just normal looking, I want to be this guy and sell it immediately. But let's look at what's available. People are pricing these. So highest, we got 100, 50, 40, 40, 40. So a lot of people in the 30, 40 range. Let's go the other direction. I want to be right here. I think a lot of people search low to high. I would go $19.99 plus shipping, probably no best offer. Because I don't It depends on the, or I might do, like, this is really crazy, but I might go 19.99 and have an auto accept at 15. Because there's so many jeans that one thing I've noticed, like we have a jean call specifically now every other week, and Andy runs it. Andy sells every single pair of jeans for all the money. He would take 8, 9, or he would take 12 amazing photos of these jeans. He would ask 119.99 plus shipping for them, show every single detail, and he would wait 5 years to sell them for 119.99. He would never discount it. Like, that's, somebody sold it for that much, I'm gonna sell it for a little more and just wait for all the money. And everybody loves his strategy, but like he sells like 50 jeans a month. So I don't know. Do you want to wait? Like, I want to sell hundreds of things a day. But if you want to, so that's why it's important to let me know how many items you want to sell and how much profit you want to make per item. Because if you want to charge 119.99 for these jeans, you need more space. That's all. And Andy lives in the woods, literally in the woods. So the space is free. So if I lived in the woods, maybe I would ask for all the money too. Because if you have like a 5 or 6 or 7,000 item store and you do Andy style pricing, this is your day. It's like list 5 to 10 items, make 6 figures. You're barely doing any listing because you make so much profit per item, but you need a massive store because things take so long to sell. So this is a great example of jeans is super flooded. One of the best markets, but I honestly would price at 19.99. Maybe if I was being like, if I did all the homework, maybe I go 23.99, but I still want to be in the top, like, morning. I want to be above the fold. This is also secret sauce that we'll share on YouTube today. I want to be in the first 8 searches.
would you want to pick it up if you were going to do that? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's the ROI's there, right? If you're paying 9.
I would. If I was a jeans seller and I know my jeans and I know pretty much anything oversized 36 for men's is awesome. Right? Because there's just not very much supply. Look at how few jeans there are. Right? It doesn't, there's not that many. So in this scenario, actually, hold on one second. Sorry, guys. So Ashley would start at 24 to 28, but add a 20% coupon. Yeah, this is also important to consider. Right now in the group, we're talking about all the different types of promotions. So I want to just share these with you guys. And you are welcome to screenshot this. Does everybody have screenshot ability? But I'm formalizing the things I want people to learn, and here's one of them. So the promotions for eBay, promoted listings, sales event plus markdown, volume discount, shipping discount, order discount, coupon, whether it's public or private, you should use both, newsletter. Manually discounting items is making things cheaper over time. Buyers groups is how you send coupons, shipping discounts in the business policies that you advertise, like your own business policy shipping. A mail insert that you include with each package, and direct marketing with the customer's email. That is every single way you can promote an item on eBay. All of these things. So if you want to rank high, you would do all of those things and try and maximize your sales. So actually mentioning that's good, because I want the price to be 15 and 19.99 plus shipping, because I want it gone immediately. And but I might do something like $24.99 or $29.99 with a $5 sale and a 10% coupon or something to do all the tricks that eBay wants to rank high. And maybe I would do 1% promoted listings. But also, like, there's so much stuff here. I'm glad that you brought this topic up, Amber, because in my opinion, men's clothing doesn't need promoted listings. There's not enough of it. The demand is high. Size 42 pair of jeans. All of the jeans were on the first page. We talk about 40% of the sales happen on the first page. There's only one page. There's going to be no reason to pay for the top placement when you're already going to be there. So there's shoppers like Chad who shop high to low, look for the best one, coolest one, sexiest pair, best condition. And there's also people who are like, I want Ralph Lauren on the cheap, and they're going to buy that $14.99 pair. Right? So you got to think about who your customer is. If you want to be all the money person, Andy, he's going for the person that's searching high to low. Maybe he wants to be the most expensive pair every single time. So people are like, what's going on here? Click into it. And he posts the most ridiculous solds, like a normal pair of jeans for $79.99. Because he just knew this one has a hammer loop and people want that. So it's worth $79.99 now instead of $29.99. So that's requires you to be super duper expert in jeans to be able to offer, like, go that kind of extreme on the pricing. Okay. Hannah wants to do a handbag, and then we'll go back to Amber's. This is really specific. So I'm gonna just chop this off real quick.
Can you make your screen bigger, or is that me?
Can you guys see the whole
Okay.
screen? Yeah, no.
I figured it out.
Okay. There is 4 available with just this model number. And none sold for just the specific model. But I think I might search Coach shoulder bag, 41,000. So let me look here. I like pricing a little above this as well. So let's see. So this is a difficult place to play because obviously, let's apply this 20,000 Coach bags sold. Wow. 13,000 of the 20,000 bags sold for under $75. That's 65% of them under $75. So that means if you want to sell fast, you price at $74.99, maybe no best offer, right? But I think that's too low for something like that, especially if you have, let me see, let me pull up the, let's go back to the chat, pull this up. Coach Madison bag. Wow, sometimes some. So maybe $74.99 is all the money. Let's put that number back in. No exact matches. Oops. 110, 125. Yeah. So I probably personally would go $74.99 plus shipping, maybe no best offer. And the reason is because it sounds like a lot of people, when they're narrowing down the price, they're putting $75 or less because there's a big, like, a lot of people buying bags around $70. But that being said, there's only 4 of them. So if you're trying to get,
I mean, yeah, that's why I asked about this bag in particular, because there's so few of them and there were none sold, but the ones that are listed were like really high. So that 110 is mine.
Yeah.
And I was really confused because the bag, it's super rare.
Yeah.
But So I went the lowest price, and I've had a
Yep.
ton of watchers, but now I'm
Yep.
like, am I underpricing it? Like, are people suspicious of it?
Well, none have sold of this specific model, which makes it difficult, right? Because I think that seasonality does matter. This seems like a very good gift, and also does not seem like something people will be buying right now.
Right.
So this scenario, because there are so few, there's also, and this one is in Japan, and this one has 11 watchers with free shipping. You're essentially competing with this one. This one, because of these two little thingies right here, it looks a little fancier from a buyer perspective. This one might be special. Your pictures are better. You have sponsored, so looks like two people paid for the sponsorship on this, but okay, this is a scenario where I would pay for promoted listings because there are so many Coach bags.
Right. Whenever I do a Coach bag, I do promoted listings.
Yeah.
And for this one, I think I did it pretty low.
Yeah.
But also because there's so many and so rare for people to search by a specific number. Like, people will just search Coach bag.
Yeah.
That, like, I need it to show up for, like, when people do that broader search.
I would do $74.99, maybe no best offer if I wanted to sell it now. But competitively where you are at now, I might go as high as $149.99 or even $199.99 because there's no competition. There are no bags in this color. So you could do $199.99 or $225.99, and people think, okay, this is a really rare. You could put rare in the title, even though that doesn't help your ranking. It might trigger something in the brain of the customer. So if you put rare, only one on eBay that's like this, it just, somebody has to wade through 23,000 bags and find yours.
What if I was thinking about, so I just got top rated seller, whatever, about making it top rated plus. Would that, like, make a difference or not, you think?
Top rated plus ranks higher than top rated, and top rated ranks higher than above standard, and below standard is put at the bottom. Like, you will never really get first page placement with below standard unless there's not enough items in that category. In Coach, it would be totally, it's like almost you need top rated minimum to get any visibility because it's so competitive. So I would say, I don't know what you guys think for the pricing. Depending on my model, if I wanted to wait for all the money, I think all the money on that bag's probably between 150 and 200 would be all the money. 110, most of the money, and then 74.99 would be some of the money.
Okay.
Less than that, you're kind of giving away that kind of a bag. Somebody should be able to pay 75 for it. That's like,
yeah, the thing that hangs me up is, I know when I'm buying, like, nicer things, that, like, if something is too low, I'm suspicious. Like, there's something wrong with it, or it's fake, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like I need to, like, walk that line.
that's why I'm
for it?
Go ahead.
How much did you pay for it, Hannah?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
But for me, it doesn't really matter what I pay for it, because like the market is the market. So like, let's say Hannah paid 100 for it. Just because she paid 100 for it doesn't mean that the market's not maybe 75 for it, because there's so many Coach bags, right? So maybe in order for her to sell it, maybe it needs to be like, wow, that's a really good deal for someone who knows what it is for it to pop, right? But it's also like confusing because sometimes a bag like that will sell in 1 second, no matter what price it is. Because when you first list an item, you get first listed item boost. Okay, meaning like the first day you might show up on the first page because it's fresh, it's new. eBay puts it out there right away for new people to see it, and maybe it pops immediately. So it's a bit challenging, but I would look at the search traffic. Looks like under $75 is the majority of where people are looking for a bag. And I think it doesn't matter the what you paid for it. So if she paid $1 for it, right, which is possible. At a garage sale, you could get it for $1 if somebody didn't care, or you got it for free from a friend. That doesn't mean you price it at $29.99. That's too low on this item, but people will do that. They got it for free, so 19.99 plus shipping, but that's too low. And on that pair of jeans we were talking about earlier, if you listed it at $9.99 plus shipping, people might think there's something wrong with it. Like, why is this so cheap when the other ones are essentially, we saw the range from $15.99 all the way to $150 on the same model jean. But if we use the cooler than model, then that would work for the pricing because the coolest ones were the most expensive. No, and what I mean, I usually tell people, like, I paid $1. What'd you pay for that? $1. Because I don't know, does that make them feel worse or better? I don't know. Like, I bought a $900 bike for $320, and somebody asked me what I paid for at the fleet, and I said $1. And they're like, "Oh no, I got here too late. I could have gotten it for $1." And it's like, I don't know. What do you tell people? It's I don't know. Ashley is saying she would let it sit for a few months and then gradually mark it down. So if you do that, if Hannah wants, like, let's say she's willing to wait a year for her items to sell, nothing wrong with that. If you were selling bags that you got for $1 for 75, you can wait all year or more. What I might do is what Ashley recommended, which is gradually mark it down. Every time you mark it down 5% or more, all the watchers get an email, provided they haven't had too many emails recently. eBay won't spam them. So let's say you price it at $119.99, or let's go even higher, $199.99. 1 month later, it goes to $119. 1 month later, $99. 1 month later, $79.99. If you keep doing that, all the people who are watching get notified, and maybe it's time for them to buy. So I do like the Ashley model, and it really depends on the how long you want to wait. And if I was going to do the ultimate, I had no space requirement whatsoever, maybe I would do all of this type of stuff that you could get $100 for. And maybe you have 10,000 items in your store and you only need to sell 10 to make, that's right. You only need to sell 10 items a day to make $1,000 profit, right? But 1% sell-through rate might mean you need 10,000 of these, which is a lot. Angela would have to increase her listing goal much higher to have 10,000 of these $100 plus items. That's a lot. That's like a, actually, no, I figured it out. It would be 8 years of listing 10 a day to get there, which is not bad. That's not a terrible life, honestly. That's not so many that would be difficult. Okay, let's see. Let's do Amber. Is this let's see. Oh, do you want to look up this doll?
Yeah, the prices on that just seem to be all over the place too.
Let's do it. Okay, this is a Rushton doll.
Yeah, I mean, some of the prices were, let's see, I thought I wrote it down. So it's sold, from what I've seen on online, it looked like it sold as low as $25, but then it also, I seen a listing where it sold for like 220, and I'm like,
And this is this guy,
it's a
right?
big difference.
This guy on the right, kind of, with the overalls. Let's see. Yeah, so these two look similar here. Here's a couple more.
Yeah, I think his name is Zip.
Zip. All right, let's look. 40 zips. Okay. So pricing is all over. Let's look at the solds. 35 zips have sold in the last 90 days. So 12 of these guys per month. He's got a friend.
So I actually went back. I went back and looked a year's worth. I don't know if that matters, because if it sold a year ago, it's not going to sell, right now for that same price. So or if you should just go back 90 days in the listing.
140, 111, 100. Isn't this the one? So this is a dead stock one. 150 with the tag. That's cool. So as high as 150 and as low as 34.50 free shipping. $40, $39, $55. What do you guys think? That's way more than I thought would sell of this. 12 a month is significant. That's decent. There's only 40 for sale. Also, it's so funny that some are 15 inches, some are 16 inches, some are 20 inches. They might all be the same and people are measuring differently. Wow.
I think for something like this, you price it high. I mean, it's definitely unique, and I guess it depends on how long you can hold it for.
Yeah, that's right. So how high, Mary?
You scroll back up. I was gonna say, probably I do it right under 100, but plus shipping.
But why? There's so many for sale under that.
I guess I should ask, what's the condition of this one?
Okay, what's the condition?
So it does need to be cleaned up, definitely. Which I haven't cleaned it up or anything. I just threw it in there and took a picture of it.
Do you want to clean it up or not really?
I mean, that's gonna take time, so I'd rather just sell it the way it is. But I mean, if I could get more money, if I could get like double, then I might clean it up.
What do you guys think?
I'd want that thing out of my house. It looks like it's gonna kill you.
It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, $29.99. That sounds right on the money for me. Why do you want to get all the money on something like this? So like, because I guess you see somebody asking 200 for it, and does that make you wonder? Is that when you like, what is like, walk me through how you would price this item?
So I usually just price high and then put best offer on, and then if I get a good offer, I'm like, oh, yep, I accept it. But
How
I don't
often
know.
do you get a good offer?
Stuff tends to sit, but that's the only thing. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually sells, but it just sits way longer than
Yeah, I got
should.
you. So what would you price this at?
You said 29. I would probably go like $40 best offer.
$40 is
Just
not
because I'm so
horrible.
used to pricing high.
Is that high for you, or would you normally?
No,
go
I only paid $1 for it, so I got that churchyard sale. So
Oh my God. Why
I'd probably take $30.
But why do you? But I'm saying, like, this is I guess it depends. You really need to know how long you want to hold items.
Yeah.
Because let's say you price it at $19.99. Does it sell really fast? What do you guys think? Somebody looking for a Rushton doll sees it for $20 plus shipping. 1 in the 20. If you're shopping at rummage sales, that's like you just 10 extra money. Stephanie, you'd price higher because you don't find this every day. And
Yeah, that's
it easy to
another thing,
store?
because it's been on my BOLO list and I found it and was like, yeah, so excited.
Man, Stephanie, walk us through that. So you're saying, why is this easy to store?
I mean, it's just a soft, I mean, I assume it's a soft little dog, right? I mean, I would put it somewhere and keep it there and wait. Because I mean, some of them, well, yeah, but I mean, you can put that up high. Because some of them sold for a good price, you know?
What's a good price?
Well, I was thinking like Mary, it's closer to 100.
Oh my God.
I would take a magic eraser to that thing, clean it up real
Yeah.
quick, and I'd turn it away from me so it's not looking at me. But yeah, I put it on a shelf. But I think that's the reason eBay has taken over my house. So I'm terrified for next week because I have to do some major cleaning because it's everywhere.
I would walk right past it at a rummage sale. I'd be like, I don't want to research that. I don't even want to do that in my house. I don't even care. Where are the vintage t-shirts?
Yeah, see that's
Anytime
interesting.
I see something like that, I'm like, oh, what is this? I gotta look it up. If it looks different, I'm like, I'm looking it up. It might be worth hundreds of dollars.
I see. So that's the mindset. This might be worth hundreds of dollars, right? And pricing it at 100 to me seems crazy, unless you have a building that you're willing to store stuff in.
Couldn't you do it just for a couple weeks and then see if anybody bites and then lower it and you're like, okay, I try it?
But that's all time.
Hmm.
We only have so much time on Earth together, and I don't. I'm
You
looking
want
at
to spend it with that doll.
like it's difficult to. Most people would walk right past that for $1, right? $1, nope, pass. So if that's interesting to me because there's definitely people looking for it, and I'm just looking at this like it's not that unique to me, but I guess I definitely the highest I would price this at is $29.99. Chad?
I'm gonna say it's kind of like anything where you have to build a new habit. Like mentally, you build habits. Like when you work out, you tend to eat better, because you're like, well, I'm working out. I kind of want to, you walk past the candy bars and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think as you niche down, like that sale I was telling you about before we got online, where I got all that stuff really cheap, all the clothes. I literally just went straight to the pile of clothes. There was 3 of us waiting there. Another guy went in. It was a video game seller. I could have easily beat him to all the video games. He got a PlayStation 4. He got stacks of Super Nintendo games. And I felt good. I was like, sweet, that guy got his thing. And I'm getting all these crazy, hard to find jeans and jackets and stuff. And we kind of helped each other out. And I think once you kind of train yourself and you say, no, I'm not a weird monkey seller. I'm a whatever seller. So when you see a weird monkey, you're like, that's cool. I mean, I would have a house full of mid-century furniture if it was up to me, but I've trained myself to be like, Chad, you're not that person. I love mid-century furniture. I see it all the time. And it's usually like $100. And I'm like, oh, I can buy 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I've got to train myself. You got to train yourself to be like, I'm not that person. No, I'm not, it's like when you're working out. I don't eat cookies all the time now. I eat this or whatever.
Identity is really important because if you are something like for people who don't drink because they can't drink, it's an easier decision. Like people, oh, I can't drink coffee, it gives me heartburn. That's easy. But I can't pick up this vintage monkey because I'm like now I'm allergic to stuff like this. I see it and I'm just like, hell no, not for free, not like. And of course, if you can get to the point where everything is a hell yes, like I know exactly how to photograph that. I know what the price at. But like this totally cripples people. This person asking $289 plus $48 shipping cripples people because they think, wow, it's worth. I could make $200 profit on this monkey. Let's bring it home. There's 40
and the
right
YouTuber that makes a video about it cripples people.
And somebody will sell for 100 to 200. Yeah. Possessed monkey. Yeah, it might be a possessed monkey.
Dude, that would sell quicker. I'm telling you,
sell
if
quicker.
you put that in the title, someone would buy that for like 300.
So one more thought on this. Because 12 of these sell per month, that's actually better than some clothing items. This is a decent item. It's decent. If you priced it at $29.99, you would 100% sell it within 3 months. You don't even need best offer. Someone's gonna see it. Yours is in okay, good enough condition. I wouldn't clean it. Maybe a magic eraser if you are watching Netflix and really, really want to get $32.99 instead of $29.99, but it doesn't matter. Like someone who's looking for this doll as a collectible at $29.99, they might clean it up. At $99.99 needs to be perfect. I mean, yeah, black and white is easier than all gray area. Definitely. That's something that that's one of Tech's superpowers is everything is black and white to him. Does it help me get to my
So
goal or
would you
doesn't?
promote it?
Would I use
Would you use
promoted?
promoted? Yes,
No,
on that item.
I wouldn't. Also, one thing that sucks is that you've done the homework now for a Rushton doll and kind of have an idea. You might not see one again. Right? You can't really reuse this information over and over again. But let me see. Maybe you can. How common is a Rushton doll? Let's see. 261 available. That's not too many. 136 sold. You know what? I remember. I'm gonna look for Rushton dolls now, and I might pay $2,000 for this possessed bunny. Wow, amazing! I want this in my garden. I'm telling you right now, this is the best. I would love for my daughter to wake up next to this thing. What is this thing?
It's like a
Man.
llama or something, reindeer.
The
hybrid.
reindeer. Come on, man.
Wow. That's amazing. Wait, okay, let's see.
You will scar for life.
So, okay, this is all normal stuff in this person's store. Why does she have this? Man.
Oh, there you go. Wait, right, stop.
Oh.
Right there. There's another one. What is that scary thing?
It's a fancy frog.
Yeah, Chris, normal stuff. Like, what are you talking about?
It's a butt shot.
I know. This is This has got to be a garage sale thrifter, right?
It looks like she's like emptying out an estate or
yeah,
a really eccentric person.
but the pricing is so high for all this stuff. She's asking so much. I feel like this one maybe not so much, but this is definitely all stuff that's $1 at a garage sale, right? Wait, she's got a 1970s T-shirt.
I saw that Winston Cup T-shirt too.
What do you think? It's worth $55?
No. What tag is it? Does it just have a tag in it?
No tag.
Oh wait, what's that?
Oh, wait.
I saw it right there.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Maybe 40, 50, but it's gonna take a minute.
Waco. It's definitely easier to pick stuff that has a track history and is more mainstream. But as far as the hold on a second. Hold on one second. I had to start we have an accounting call on Thursdays, and the GoDaddy thing has been discontinued, so there's a lot of people getting a new system right now. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to think here. I think it's okay to be an everything seller. That's my conclusion, surprisingly, because it wasn't that difficult to look up that Rushton doll. You just have to be okay selling it for $29.99. And then you get a pair of jeans and you have to be okay selling it for $23.99. Just be an everything seller with reasonable prices. Don't be an everything seller with all the money prices. It's ridiculous. You can't do that.
Well, I've
Here come the
decided
YouTube
I don't
comments,
want to be
Chris.
an everything seller.
What?
It's too stressful. So I've decided I don't want to be an everything seller. It's too
Why?
stressful.
Oh, it's too
Just
stressful?
Well, just the having to research every single item. I just want to be able to like throw up a pair of jeans and just put a price on it. Throw up
Yeah.
a shirt, put a price.
Yeah. Because the reason why like for men's jeans, most men's jeans sell for between $20 and $30 plus shipping. That's why to me, a pair of Ralph Lauren Varick jeans is nicer. So maybe a little bit higher at 25, but you're not leaving too much money on the table by selling it for $19.99 a week versus $29.99. You have to wait 2 months. This is a different, you can replace that. So, and I know there's definitely jean sellers who would ask $50 plus shipping and wait. I think $50 on that pair of jeans is all the money. And on the Coach bag, it's the same. I think anything under $75 looks suspicious on something like that. I know Chad's thinking about the Ralph Lauren outlet, but I'm telling you, it's a slow seller, but it's easy. It's easier, but a slower seller.
I mean, but could you like someone like me who like I hit up the garage sales and all those spots to get like the everyday whatever brands, and then always run into like the vintage stuff, which is kind of like the bangers, the stuff that you get excited about. But then that's just part of it, because you're not like, is that like still being an everything clothing seller, or getting back into that mindset? Is that like the slippery slope? Because I'm like, I'll go buy 10 shirts and then put up one listing for all 10 shirts as one listing, like when my 10 of the day or whatever, like that's one that I do.
It's definitely easiest to get a niche down where the range, and then you can do a little bit of fine tuning to get more money if you want to. But like a Rushton doll, now we know they're worth between 20 and 2,000. Okay, so when you run into a Rushton doll, if it's the more creepy it is, hundreds of dollars apparently more, right? So but now that we all know Rushton dolls are valuable and sell pretty fast, when you find one for under $5, price it for $29.99 and get your money. It's fine. It's not that hard now that we know. We've seen a Rushton doll before, so it's not so difficult. But don't price it at $99.99. Please don't do that and put it in your laundry room, because people do that too. In the custom SKU, bedroom closet, in custom SKU, laundry room, custom SKU on my desk, custom SKU in use for people who wear the stuff that they're selling. Right? That's cool too. But sometimes you'll get an INAD if it's a different condition. Angela?
So my problem is not necessarily with pricing, but accepting the offers, right, that come in.
Yep.
So like up on the chat, I wrote a dress name, and I was wondering if we could look at it, because I actually have a current offer on it right now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sylvia, this one?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, let's look.
I feel like Angela's getting those low balls.
It was me lowballing you. Okay, nice. Love it. 18 watchers. These are great photos. So even though you're not allowed to use magazine photos or stock images, people do it. So let's look at sold. Okay, great.
And I would say the offer that I got is like $420, and I'd be feeling like
wait, your offer is 420?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other dresses like yours?
No.
Okay. I think 420 is all the money.
Okay.
But again,
it's a decent profit. It still makes the profit, but sometimes I think I can get greedy. I think so.
Yeah. So I think on something like this, let's look at it. What's retail? Do you know?
Retail, it was 1,800. I want to say, like most of these dresses retail between like I'll say about $1,200 average. We'll say it. Yeah.
I would say $400 is most of the money. Maybe you could get a little bit more, right? And this is where you're tempted to counter offer $579, and then they might disappear, right?
Yeah.
So it's a challenge because you have to think, but it just comes down to how long do you want to wait? And I always worry about the counter offer. I rarely counter offer. because I think that usually is their highest offer.
Okay.
Um,
So
from-
I actually I did counter offer. She offered 385, and so I went down a little bit, and then she countered the 420. And I don't know if I just want to play with that again. Like, I don't know.
I was taught in sales school, you can get one bump in person by just asking, is that the best you can do? Like not doing, not like you're not, like if, for example, this is maybe higher level sales, say it's $1,200. Somebody offers 380. If you decline right away, sometimes you're letting them know you're not in the ballpark. And they might bump to like 600, right? But they also might be insulted and never come back. So you kind of have to be careful. It is difficult in a situation like this where there are no other dresses like it. The ball is in your court. But there is a lady in the group who just rejoined. Every single dress in her store is over $200. And she waits. She's like, I mean, okay, her language is a little bit crass, but she's like, either she's going to a wedding or she's trying to get laid. So she's paying all the money. That's her mentality with her dresses. She gets all the money. So she will always say, thank you for your offer. 620 is the best I can do. Appreciate your time. I will wait for the right buyer. So that kind of attitude also works if you let them know what's the best you can do, because it gets them into the right mentality. On the higher ends, the more expensive the item, the more snobby you're allowed to be a little bit. It's like kind of BMW salespeople are taught to ignore the clientele. Like if they don't come up to you with a specific question about buying, you ignore them. So
what about putting a limit on your best offer? You know, you can put like a lower limit, like if it's under $100, like I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Is that because I have had you could go back and look and see when someone has done that, and I saw someone had like put in on like one of my like really rare vintage Coach bags had like was trying to find my number, like bid 80 and then bid 90 and then bid 100, and they were all auto rejected.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the history.
Yeah.
Mary says split the difference. I would say if you're gonna try to split the difference, I would go a little bit on the higher end so you end at the split the difference. Like you are asking 500, somebody offers 300. I wouldn't go straight to 400. I'd go 450. They offer 400, then you accept. You have to let them win. And if you're doing in-person sales, you have to look visually defeated so that they really feel like they crushed you. Then you can really get the deal and they'll come back again. So I think I love the higher end negotiation, but I usually take the money and run, especially with, you can look at, I would say luxury goods like this, 75% off is sort of what clearance stuff is. So maybe she can go to another place and buy this $1,800 dress for $450. But through you, she's trying to get a little better deal and be able to do it at home. So there's some different psychology. You can also sometimes Google search your exact dress and see if it pops up on different sites. Because I've had that happen too on higher end stuff. I turn away a deal that's just slightly lower than another website or slightly higher than another website, and they end up buying there. So you got to be quick.
Does it matter if the buyer's from like overseas or anything like that? Do you think you have a little bit more leeway to negotiate because it may not be offered over there?
Yeah, you can also look at their feedback and try to get an idea of how they shop. If it's all buying feedback and no selling feedback and they're international, that's a good sign. For some, and anything in my opinion over $400 is a want, not a need. So people are more frivolous. So you can press a little bit harder. So I don't know if I would counter offer again. It just depends on also, can you replace that dress? I can't believe that lady over. She like literally wants all the money. She's like, it's 490 in the catalog. The best I can do is 250, and it's a used dress. So, but the special event outer or special event dress, and my wife likes to sell special event shoes. That's her that kind of market is. You can get that home run. So, Amber, if you're looking for that home run, you can just sell home run categories like special events, stuff to do for funerals, deaths, special events. I guess funerals and weddings are also special events, but just that people are less price sensitive. They'll pay more, but they still want a deal. That's why they have caskets at Costco. At least here they do. Get a deal before you go. I always just think that's funny because are you buying the casket for yourself? I think right now, looking at this dress, would anybody counter offer a $400 offer on a dress like this?
Depends on what I paid for it. That's kind of,
Yeah,
I know
so
you
that's
said not to worry about that.
Why though?
Well, I mean, because one thing you ask us is like, how much profit do you want to make per item? So I bought this item at X amount of dollars, wanting this amount of profit. And so if that number comes in that doesn't give me that profit,
$60 for it.
50,
60.
60, I would take the 420 instantly.
How long have you had it? How long have you had it listed?
I would
for?
drive it to their house. I'd be like, where do you live? I'll deliver.
A few months. I had it listed for a few months.
If it had been listed for more than 3 months,
Yeah,
like that kind of dress is coming into season now, I'd probably take it.
Yeah, it's been listed for more than 3 months. So yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all push the button together.
I think what you're looking for is the averages on items that are more rare and more difficult to replace. I do wait a little longer. Like if somebody sold you a Lamborghini for $100, you wouldn't sell for $200 because your goal is 100. That's too low. That's too far below market. So if the offer came in for 100 or 200, you would decline that. You know, but on an $1,800 dress, 400 is most of the money. The posh hanger would say, don't be a greedy bitch. But I don't know what that is. Like, what is that number where you're being greedy versus not? And also there's the question of, Tech calls it, be willing to play ball. You start accepting a couple of offers, maybe eBay starts feeding you a few more people. Because they know you're ready to wheel and deal. You want to sell stuff. So I don't know. I've had a store before of all fancy, expensive stuff, and it wasn't as exciting as all cheap stuff. Sales are.
Have you found that? Because I obviously watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of resellers, and I've heard multiple times that like if you give in to like a low baller, now that 400 offer is a low baller, but if you give into a lower price like that your chances of getting an item not as described or some kind of defect increase. That like low ballers are more apt to be unhappy with the item anyway.
The full price customer is always happier. So if you price that dress at $499, you say, thank you for the offer. $499 is the best I can do. You decline the offer, change the buy it now to $499. Somebody that pays $499 will be happier than somebody who offered $499 on an $800 dress. That's just when you pay full price, you already see all the value. When you pay a little bit less than that, you have already discounted the item in your mind. And if somebody accepts your offer, sometimes you think you offer too much. That's happened to people before. You offer $100 and they accept, and you're like, damn, I could have got it for 80. Right? So that can get people buyer's remorse and they send it back. Also, you have to be careful with your high-end dresses of rental. People can wear it for a weekend and then return it. And
gotta put one of those crazy long tags that like circles the entire dress.
Yeah. When I went and bought the t-shirts, it was next to Rent the Runway. Rent the Runway had like all this crazy stuff to prevent you from wearing it. They don't want you to wear it and return it. You can also counter offer. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, not being desperate is fantastic. Like, if you counter offer, you have to be okay with them saying no. So that's how I look at it. We should probably have, I'll think about maybe having some more calls about pricing, because pricing is like an art. But I like to do, Tech calls it price buckets. Everything within a range. Don't worry about it. No stress. Like, he'll sell Arc'teryx for $32.99 because he'll find it again. You know, maybe you can get $99.99 for it or $129.99 for it, but you're gonna find it again. Rushton doll, now everyone in the group will find one. We have all brought it into our life. I'm gonna find the most creepy turtle ever now. We just manifested it. I know Mary will buy it. But so tomorrow's homework, let's all think about it. How long do you want to wait? How much profit per item? How many items do you want to list? And what time of day do you want to be done? So one thing that's nice, Amber, is when you sell all in a similar category and you use a price bucket, so you sell all men's jeans and you look for size 36 or over, and you price all your jeans between 20 and 30, you can be done at a certain time of day. You don't have to spend a lot of time researching or thinking or worrying. And if you sold it for 20 and it was worth 30, you're not going to lose sleep over that either. When you sell these higher end items, Angela's got to pace back and forth and think about whether she left $100 left on the table, or maybe they return it. But in the sub $50 category, you don't care. There's no thinking or worrying, or it goes away. So there's pros and cons to both. I like the everyday value category because Old Navy's not tripping if you wear it to a barbecue and return it. They don't care. But you know, Gucci does not like that. They will ban people for returns. So something to think about. I love the pricing conversation. Everybody have a good day. Tomorrow we're doing homework on business model, and then anybody can go more than one day next week, unless it takes you an hour to listen.